Hello everybody and welcome back to another math learning video. Today I brought you guys this problem here where we are tasked with finding the area of the donut here. So how do we find the area of this donut? Well, the donut has a hole inside of it, right? But if we were to just simply fill up the hole, it would just be a normal circle. So what do we do to find the area of this donut? Well, we take the area of the whole circle first with its radius from the middle. We find the area of that circle, and then we simply subtract that by the area of the part that is missing, the hole simply, okay? So the first radius, what I'm going to call it R, right? Okay? And I'm going to call it capital R, actually. Sorry, I should have put the emphasis on the capital, because the smaller r, I will have simply lowercase r, okay? So if you want to find the total area of this donut, that will be the area of the big circle, which is pi big R squared, because that's the big radius, minus pi little r squared, okay? And then this can be simplified because we can factor out the pi from both terms, as both terms have a pi. So it'll be pi times r squared, capital R squared, minus lowercase r squared, okay? So what we need to do is we need to find what this capital R squared minus lowercase r squared is. So how do we do that? Well, let's see here. Here, in case you haven't noticed already, in the donut, we are given a tangent line that has a length of 90. And it goes perpendicular to this r that we've drawn here, the small radius, right? How can we use this line? Well, I'm going to draw a new radius line, a new big R. So I'm going to draw the big R. Remember, it just needs to be from the middle into any of the very edge points. I'm going to draw it like this. And now we see that since this line is perpendicular with the small r, we have a right angle here. And since we have a right angle here, that means we have a right triangle here. And this tangent goes right through the middle of this perpendicular line goes right through the middle of this line that is 90 long, that has a length of 90. So that means that this bottom part length is, let me write with the lighter color, is 45, okay? So what does that mean now? Well, since this is a right triangle, what do we know? Which equation do we know can be used to apply to right triangles? Well, that's the Pythagorean theorem, right? Which is a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. And now our a and b are the sides that are not the hypotenuse. So the sides that are adjacent to the right angle. So that is our 45 squared. Our 45 can be our a, put our squared, and then our b can be our lowercase r squared. And this is equal to our hypotenuse squared. Our hypotenuse here is the side. And then our hypotenuse is the side that is opposite from the right angle. And this has a length of big R. And since it needs to be squared according to the equation. So now, if we subtract lowercase r squared from both sides, we get that 45 squared is equal to r squared, capital R squared, which is the big radius, minus lowercase r squared. Now looking at our original equation here, this is exactly the same as this. Capital R squared minus lowercase r squared. So what does that mean? Well, that means that we can substitute 45 squared into this equation. Why can we do that? Well, because here it says that 45 squared is equal to r squared minus r squared. It's capital R minus and lowercase r, of course. So that means that if that's equal to each other, they can simply be replaced. So in this equation here, I'm going to use the area equation. And now pi times, instead of capital R minus lowercase r squared, put 45 squared. And this then is equal to our area, okay? So 45 squared, I believe, is equal to 2025. Then we put the pi. So this is our area. Okay, so since I'm not giving any units in the equation, I don't have to put in units. Well, I'll just put units squared actually. Because since it's area, it's always squared. And this is our final answer. This is the area of the donut. Okay? So Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you guys next time. Bye.